obviously you guys go, you're in Miami, you're the star of Miami, you do all this stuff, you're kicking butt, all that. But then here comes LeBron and Chris Bosh, coming to Miami. I mean, I want to know this phone conversation. Like, what is this phone conversation like? Like, hey man, I'm thinking about coming down. You call him, he call you. Like, take me back to when LeBron announces that he's gonna be headed down to Miami. Like, how did all this transpire? Tell the truth.
No,
Tell the truth.
No, man, like for real, it was crazy, man. Free agency in basketball is huge, right? It's a big thing. And I literally, man, I went into that summer now, and this is the God honest truth. I went into that summer thinking about my career outside of Miami at that time. You know what I mean? Like I felt like at that time, I was like, you know what? I don't know if we have the talent on our roster or if we're going to get the talent on our roster to compete for a championship. And that's all I want to do.
And how old are you at this time? How old are you at this point?
At this point, this 2010, so I'm 28. I'm 20, in 2006, in 2008, I was 26 in the Olympics. So I'm 28 now. And I know that I've dealt with some injuries. I've had a few surgeries at this point. I know that, even though I'm in my prime and I'm still one of the baddest boys out there, I know that this doesn't last forever. And so my mentality was, I'm tired of losing the first round. I want to get back to competing for real, like we did in 2006, getting that chance to go to the finals. So I went into that summer with a different mindset. I didn't go into that summer thinking like, oh, I'm going to just get all my money and go. I went to that summer thinking like, I want to win a championship. And of course I want to get a big payday, but that's what it was about. So I actually, bro, I was looking at Chicago real tough, no lie, because that was my hometown. They had a young D Rose at the time. They had Luau, they had Joe King, they had all these good Taj Gibson. They had like these good players that I felt like, man, I know what I can bring to them. And also I know they got money to go get somebody else. So this may be a good situation. And so that my mentality was either Chicago or Miami, because I knew Miami. And I go down to my agent's office and I'm sitting down with him, and he tells me about this call that he had with LeBron's agent, Leon Rose, who is now the president of the New York Knicks, just about the contracts and about just about what the Miami Heat has said that they can do and what other teams are saying they can do. And at that time, it was every team was saying that they can clear enough money to bring in 2 star players. That was the whole thing. We can bring in 2 max star players so we can clear enough money. And then the Heat came along and said, we can clear enough money to bring 3 star players in. And that right there changed the game, because that was the moment where we was like, well, hold on. 3 players? So when me and Brian gets on the phone, me and Brian are friends. We always talk anyway. We get on the phone and Brian's, what you thinking? What you thinking? And we both talk about what we thinking. And one thing we've seen is that, we had some similar teams that we were interested in. We both was interested in Chicago. We both was interested in the Knicks. We both was interested in the Brooklyn Nets, eventually what their name became. Some common interest in that. And then the Miami Heat thing came out of nowhere, and that sparked our interest. And so the conversation started from the organizations letting us know, hey, we can bring in multiple guys. And that's when we started to decide, oh man, I think we can play together. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know where it's going to be. I think we can play together. And once the Heat said they can bring in 3 guys, now we like, man, like we could play together and we could bring somebody else. Yeah. And so it just kind of like, it wasn't something that was planned. It was something that just kind of like worked itself out. And then once we just got together, man, it was like, hey, we got an opportunity not only to play together, but we got an opportunity to kind of change put the power in the player's hand. We knew that. We knew that if we made that move in 2010, that we was going to change the power in a sense, and it was going to go to the players, because we were players making this decision to take less money to all play together in our primes. Well, I was a little bit older in my prime than those guys, but Brian was just reaching here. And so we knew it was going to change the game. And so to be able to be young black guys in that room and be able to make that decision together was powerful. And it was important for now what's going on in the league. Players get to decide their future and their fate, where they want to go. And I love that.